Kevin Zellman here with your weekly Idol recap right here on Q Hollywood for Get Real LOL. For your entertainment news, make sure you guys are following us on Facebook and you are following us on Twitter. This was a very big week for American Idol because we now know our top 14 contestants for the farewell season of Idol. But before we reveal who they are, let's break down the 12 performances and duets that happened this last week. The first performer was Shelby Z, who sang Work Hard, Play Harder. And for an opening performance, it was very underwhelming. I felt like we've seen that performance before from other people in the previous seasons. But she then performed Bohemian Rhapsody with Constantine Maroulis, and Constantine sounded absolutely incredible. JLo said that she thought Shelby was a little lost, which you could kind of see in her face while she was performing. Harry actually brought up a really good point, which I totally agree with, but the song is kind of hard to do as a duet, which probably didn't help matters. That probably wasn't in Shelby's best interest also. Next was Manny Torres, who performed Coldplay's Adventure of a Lifetime. And Manny has had very consistent performances thus far, but this one wasn't up to par compared to his previous performances. He then took the stage with Jordan Sparks to perform her very popular duet, No Air, and Jordan really made him tap into his emotional side, which, as Manny said, it's a side of him that we haven't seen yet. But he did it. They were holding hands during the performance and they had awesome chemistry on the stage. By the way, guys, I totally forgot what an incredible voice Jordan has. I was still blown away when I heard her. Corey Wheeler was next, who performed one of my favorite songs, James Bay's Let It Go, and it was a very good performance. It was also a very safe performance. We were able to see his voice shine this week, which I liked. He performed with the unbelievably talented Haley Reinhart, who performed Benny and the Jets, which Haley sang while she was on the show, and it is known as one of the best performances ever on American Idol. First off, it was a great performance. Their vocals were very strong. Also, we are used to hearing the song played mainly on the piano, but Corey was playing the guitar, which I thought was a really nice and unique touch for him to add. Amelia Eisenhower performed Wake Me Up by Avicii, and she has a very nice voice, but she seems uncomfortable on stage, which I think ends up affecting her vocal ability. In order to make her feel more comfortable, for her to feel more comfortable, I think her voice would also be very much better on the stage also. But Harry put it best, he wants her to sing a very quirky song, and I couldn't agree more. She was then paired with Kelly Pickler to sing Suds in a Bucket by Sarah Evans, and the two of them sounded so great together. And Amelia seemed more comfortable up there on the stage, so she definitely shined during this performance, her duet performance. Next up was Jen Blossel, who was definitely the most unique this season. She sang Sorry by Justin Bieber, and it started off a little shaky, but once the chorus came in, it got really good. All of the judges commented on her originality, which I think can take her far in the competition if she chooses the right songs. She then performed with Constantine, and they sang My Funny Valentine, which was one of Constantine's best performances when he was on the show. And Jen really wanted Constantine to help her with his infamous camera stare. I'm trying to do it right now. But their performance, it was very solid. Harry said that the performance turned into more of a shouting match rather than a duet. But I completely disagree. I think they did a great job. Keith and I loved it, at least. That's all I know. That's all I really care about. Let's be real. CJ Johnson took the stage to perform Edwin McCain's I'll Be, and this was such a perfect song choice for him. He worked the stage well, he got the audience involved, and what I love most is that you're really able to see how much he loves music and how much he wants to do this for the rest of his life. So he performed The World as I Know with my favorite American Idol, David Cook, and their voices were great together. They should actually become like a band or something. It was great. Lee Jun performed Runaway by Ed Sheeran, and it was a good performance. It didn't blow me away, but JLo usually gives him a hard time, and she continued to do so by saying how she didn't love the song choice for him. For his duet, he was paired with Chris Daughtry, and they sang one of his songs, Home. Lee was so starstruck by Chris, it was so cute to see, and each time that you saw Lee on stage with him, you can tell that he was thinking that, I just can't believe I'm performing with Chris Daughtry right now. It was really funny to see. It was really, really cute. But it was a very fun performance, and even Harry commented on how much fun Lee had on stage. Trent Harmon took on Chris Stapleton's What Are You Listening To? And he has such an insane voice that I wanted him to just belt out a note at one point, but I'm glad he didn't because it was good to see a different side of him. He performed To Love Somebody by the Bee Gees with Jordan Sparks, and they had an intense connection, and their vocals were impeccable. Harry said they could easily make this song a single. Tristan McIntosh, she's definitely one to keep an eye out for. She sang Good Girl by Carrie Underwood, And she was definitely the best of the night this far. Her personality is starting to come through. And I said last week I think that's going to be her biggest struggle. So I'm glad to see that she's really working on that. Harry even said that he liked this version of Tristan, the upbeat version. For her duet, she sang "The Best Days of Our Lives" by Kelly Pickler, with Kelly Pickler, and her personality shined through even more on this performance. She just needs to work on her movements a little bit, and once she masters that, which it will obviously take no time to do, she can easily win the show. JLo brings up her age and how that could be a problem moving forward, but if you remember, Jordan Sparks was about her age when she was on the show, so I don't necessarily know if I agree with JLo. Adam Lasher was next, and he sang "Black and Gold" by Sam Sparrow. And this song is a song I've never heard of, but after he sang it, I want to hear the original. I really enjoyed Adam's performance. He reminds me a lot of John Mayer, especially when he plays the guitar. JLo said that she wasn't able to really get into the melody of the song and find her groove, but again, I'm going to disagree with her. For this, and for his duet, he performed "Can't Help Falling in Love" with Haley Reinhart, and this song, as Haley said, is all about connection, and unfortunately, Adam looks scared and uncomfortable during this performance. Dalton Rapatoni, guys, he performed "Rebel Yell" by Billy Idol, and what I find so exciting about Dalton is that you never really know what to expect from him. He completely rearranged his song, or as Keith says, he Daltonized the song, but Dalton has so much talent, and I really hope he makes it far in this competition. But guys, this is what I want from him. Tell me if you agree. I want him to sing 21 Guns by Green Day. I think that would fit his voice so perfect. For his duet, he sang "Higher Ground" with Chris Daughtry, which couldn't have been a better fit for Dalton. His energy on stage was incredible. The judges are raving over his performance, and Dalton is definitely the most consistent contestant we have this season. The last performance of the night was Olivia Rocks. As you know, we had her on the show a few weeks ago, and she's from my hometown, so I'm really rooting for her. She performed Demi Lovato's "Confident," and she started the song off slow on the guitar, and then once the beat came in, she just let loose on stage. She mixed it up a little bit, which I really liked, and her voice is killer. For her duet, she performed "Light On" by David Cook, and David gave Olivia the ultimate compliment. He said he was trying to keep up with her. The judges loved both performances from Olivia, and they just could not stop raving about her. This was one of her best nights on Idol for sure. So after giving you the lowdown, I'm sure you guys have an idea of who made the cut and who didn't. So now it's time to see if your predictions are correct. The 7 contestants moving forward onto the top 14 are Lee Jun, Olivia Rocks, Jen Blossel, Dalton Rapatoni, Manny Torres, Tristan McIntosh, and lastly, Trent Harmon. So they are going to be joining the previously announced top 14 contestants: Avalon Young, Gianna Isabella, Genevieve Rose Mitchell, LaPortia Renee, Mackenzie Borg, Sonica Vade, and Thomas Stringfellow. And that makes up your top 14. Next week they will perform, and we will have the Queen of American Idol performing and guest judging, Kelly Clarkson. So guys, this is how it's going to work. The judges are going to vote in 8 contestants, leaving 2 seats for wild cards. Those wild cards are chosen by America, by us, which is reversed from what Idol has done in the past. Normally we choose the contestants and the judges choose the wild cards. So that'll be very exciting. I'm very excited for that, to see that this week. And as always, follow me at Kevin Zellman on Twitter using hashtag #IdolRecap, because I want to know who you guys like, and feel free to share with me who you want me to have on the show in the coming weeks. I'll be back here next week as usual, so until then, we'll be talking on Twitter. Bye, guys.